Hi, hello, welcome to the video. Let's skip the informalities. Spoilers for Doctor Who The Star Beast. Okay, cool. So, in the 60th anniversary episode of Doctor Who, Rose, a non-binary character, states that the reason the Doctor couldn't figure out how to fix the meta crisis is because the Doctor is a male-presenting Time Lord. Okay, yeah, cool, sure, okay, cool. Okay, sure, yeah. Why, though? Why couldn't a male-presenting Time Lord figure out how to fix the meta crisis? The answer that they come to is that they just had to let it go. Why is it that that couldn't have been figured out by a male-presenting Time Lord? Why does the fact that the Doctor is currently a male have anything to do with it? What are they inferring? Are they inferring that males can't let things go? That males are closed-minded? That males are too stupid to see the obvious? Okay, that one's actually normally valid. Doesn't make any less sexist though. On top of which, Donna specifically says, "You know nothing, shame you're not a woman anymore, 'cause she'd understand." Okay, once again, sure, this is a thing to be said. But why? Donna, at the journey's end, had the mind of a Time Lord and was a female. So she was a female with the mind of a Time Lord. But she couldn't figure it out. So why bring gender into it? The reason this scene just really bothers me is because not only is it a line that feels so forced and out of place, but also, would they have included it if the genders were reversed? If the Doctor were still Jodie, would the BBC be brave enough to have a male character say to the female character, "You know nothing, shame you're not a man anymore, 'cause he'd understand"? Would the BBC be brave enough to air a programme where the resolution is "woman too stupid to understand, good thing man here to fix problem"? The answer, I think we all know, is almost certainly no. No, they wouldn't. Of course they wouldn't. Now, had the line just been something a Time Lord will never understand, that would have been fine, because despite how smart the Doctor is, they're often shown to be blind to the subtlety of humanity, often missing that which is obvious to human. That way, regardless of whether the meta crisis attached itself to a male or female person, it's the fact that they were a hybrid of part human, part Time Lord that allowed them to see the issue in a way that neither just Time Lord or just human could have. Which, hey, is the exact solution in Journey's End to how Donna saves the day. How about that? Look, despite the fact that this might get me cancelled, I'm going to say something very controversial and very brave. You ready for this? It's okay to be a straight, white, neurocommon, cisgender man. Oh, God, I know, right? What a controversial take! But seriously, it is. There's in the last few years, it's become a thing that no, you're not allowed to be a straight, white, neurocommon, cisgender man. And sure, change discrimination against one group for another. That's progression. This thing, it felt so forced and so out of place. This is the first actively acknowledged non-binary character in Doctor Who, and they're written to be someone who not only calls out people for maybe using the wrong pronoun, but also insults and calls out a character who identifies with a gender and pronoun they feel comfortable with for identifying with a gender and pronoun they feel comfortable with. Gee, that feels completely on point for a character who is being insulted and called out for identifying with a gender and pronoun they feel comfortable with. Oh wait, no, that's complete BS. Which is on top of the fact of when the Doctor does get called out for referring to the Meep as he, it feels just so out of place for the Doctor to refer to the Meep as he. It just doesn't feel like a actual line the Doctor would say. The Doctor would say they or directly talk to them, but the Doctor says, "I promise I can help him get home." It feels so much more in character for the Doctor to have said and directly talk to the Meep saying, "I promise I can get you home," or something like that. But for whatever reason, the Doctor decides to tell the Nobles that he can get the Meep home, forcing the Doctor to refer to the Meep in third person and use a pronoun, instead of directly telling the Meep, who is in front of them, that he is currently talking to, "I can get you home." It just... like, people are gonna take this video out of context. Okay, cool. Sure, I'm just gonna make it completely clear. Like, if you want to take my words out of context, sure. If you really despise me or like acceptance that much, go right ahead. You're just a petty person if you do that. So, my stance: I am fully on board and supportive of people identifying with whoever they want to be and using whatever pronouns they want. I get it. Oh, well, yeah, BBC's proven they're progressive by making the first non-binary character a prick. This also just feels so out of character for Rose. On top of which, the meta crisis is the Doctor's mind being passed into the body of a human. The human happened to be Donna Noble. And ask yourself this: at what point ever in the entirety of Doctor Who, throughout all generations, do you think the Doctor has ever specifically looked down on someone specifically because their gender or how they present? At what point would the Time Lord brain of the Doctor ever have considered that a point? At what point would it have ever passed Donna Noble's mind? At what point would Donna Noble have ever looked down on someone else because how they identify? Let's see. I think the answer is never. So, cool. You got a non-binary character. That is good. That is good. I'm not going to say that's not good. That is progression. We are showing characters that are like non-neurocommon, non-divergent. No, not non-divergent. They are divergent. We're showing non-neurocommoners and non-binary characters, and maybe non-heterosexual characters. We do have non-heterosexual characters. That is, we are moving forward as a society. That is a good thing. I am not going to say it's not a good thing. That is a very good thing. Inclusion is amazing. But inclusion isn't, let's raise this gender or identification up by lowering our views on a different gender. That's not inclusivity. That's just bad writing, Russell. Come on, man.